Hey everyone, today I have with me relationship expert Dan Oliverio, author of The Round World, Life at the Intersection of Love, Sex, and Fat. Hi Dan, how are
Hi
you?
there. I'm doing well.
It's great to have you here today. So I'm really excited to talk to you about your topic because I think that this can make a big difference for a lot of people. So to start off, can you tell me what inspired you to write your book?
Well, I've been leading a lot of seminars on what comes up for people when fatness or obesity intersects with sexuality. There are a whole lot of people who desire a fat partner, but they get shamed and are told that they're sick and twisted. And then the other side of that is, what do you do if you're a fat person and someone admires you for a quality that you don't admire yourself? Where do you put that compliment? Where do you put that attention? And so I started leading seminars around this because I'm a chubby chaser. And I would get people coming up to me afterwards and they would say things like, wow, that was really great. Do you have videos? Do you have a book? And I thought, gosh, I better get a book. So I began,
Absolutely.
I began taking a lot of these experiences from the seminars and from people I was meeting and talking to and people that I was coaching. And that's sort of what formed the basis of the book.
So how did you get into this work to begin with? Was it something that you were inclined to in your own life and then started doing research on and decided to write a book about it? Or what was it that got this ball rolling for you to begin with? Because this is a very specific niche and something that is important to people, but I find there's usually very interesting stories behind how people got started with what they're doing.
Sure. On the one hand, it's a very specific niche, but on the other hand, you'd be surprised how many people there are like me who are, attracted to a fat partner. And I found that nobody was talking about this. There's a tremendous, tremendous stigma around fat. And there's a huge taboo around liking fat.
So why is that? Because historically, we know that that's not the case. Like historically, people who were more obese were seen to be more prosperous and abundant. And it was like you had the resources to take care of yourself, to feed yourself, to provide for others. So when did this trend shift that people started seeing slender and thin as more attractive and obese as not?
Well, we've always had lots of different aesthetics going on in history. And right now, the sort of, I want to say, people want to say that fit is what's attractive, but they don't really mean fit, because they will exclude you if you're fit and fat. In fact, they might even deny that such a pairing is possible. So we like to, a lot of times people like to hide behind their prejudice of like, oh, I have no problem with fat people, I just don't like unhealthy people, as if somehow that were a better prejudice to have. And that's simply not true. There are many, many people who are thin and who have problems with their health, and many people who are fat and who don't. And so I think we get this sort of moralistic assessment of people that we then allow our prejudice to justify.
Oh, absolutely. So have you found that this topic of your book has influenced your own personal and romantic relationships?
Well, definitely. I mean, I think if you're a chubby chaser, you start out dating sort of all kinds of people because you don't know. There's no kind of slot for us, because if you're gay, you kind of get that there are gay people. If you're straight, you certainly know there are straight people. But if you like fat people, it kind of feels weird to you because nobody's talking about that. So the book and my seminars are kind of a way to give people a place to be, a safe place to stand, whether you're fat or whether you're not, whatever body you have.
Absolutely. And I think that's very positive for people to be able to cultivate their own positive self-image, no matter what it is that they look like, and to be able to understand that you can't just shut yourself off and say, oh, I can't get out there and get dating because no one's going to like the way I look, because that's absolutely not true. And the work that you are doing goes to prove that. So thank you so much. I mean, I really appreciate that personally, and I'm sure there's many other people who do as well.